Hey there, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be doing Scorn of the Dragon of the Abyss, Shinryu 2.0. We need to use no items, evoke an Esper, beat Shinryu within 25 turns. We're going to be taking Infinites. Daddy Raegen with us this time. I got my Daddy Raegen with the free ticket for the unit and the Prism. I used both just to get Raegen. I already had Mystical Ice Laswell, so I thought Raegen was a good consolation prize. And it turns out, you know, he's really nice for this boss encounter. Shinryu can be kind of snarky as far as how much damage he puts out, and it's always nice to have a really bulky damage dealer that can take advantage of Vaughn's imperils. Up first, we've got Cecil as our magic tank. What you need to know about your magic tank is they need 160% to fire, ice, lightning, and earth. 100% at least to water. You want to make sure that your tanks and your support units survive the preemptive. You can use buffs to get to these like resistance levels. That's totally fine. Cecil can pretty much self-buff this whole fight if you wanted him to. Other than that, he's just going to be like doing some spot raises and things like that. General mitigation. Reina's going to be our healer for this one. The reason I picked Reina is she gives me general mitigation on turn 1. I feel like that helps me survive in case Shinryu decides to do a bunch of tail attacks and whatnot. You know, this boss can be a bit of a pain depending on how he decides to nuke you. Vaughn's going to be our passive provoke, fully evade tank. Vaughn's just wonderful. He's got the fire imperil. He's got mirage. The earth attack can either be mirage or resisted, whichever way you want to go about it. I want to be doing mirage, and I want to be using the earth resist buff with Sylvie. Sylvie's got a dual cast on in case I need her to dispel and res in the same turn. Other than that, she's going to be doing stat buffs and earth resist and just some mitigations and whatnot, keeping the team nice and safe. This is my Raegen. I went really bulky with my Raegen just for safety's sake. Like the friend unit doesn't have 19,000 hit points, so I want to show like the parity between the two. I think we'll be fine as long as Shinryu doesn't get too angry with our damage units. We should be good. We'll see. And infinite 15,000 hit points, 3k spirit, whole bunch of dragon killer. Really, with this team, the only thing I don't want to see is the magic tank getting a death attack or a zombie. The solution for that is to run 2 tanks. This was like my original idea that I had, so I figured I would record it. It is kind of fun to try to play through, just depending on what kind of outcome you get with the roulettes and zombies. So I'm fine with my damage units dying to the preemptive. I don't think it's worth gearing water resist for that. We'll do a res and an in shelter for the general mitigation. Vaughn can do a fire imperil, a full breakdown, and a jade parry. Shinryu starts out with this layered buff right here. Raegen's really nice because his attack buff can remove that. Alright, so we'll do Paladin's Protection for a magic cover, and then we're going to triple cast Earth Resist. We'll do a Magic Mitigation. I'm not sure if Magic Mitigation affects Almagast or not, but we'll cast it anyway. She doesn't have that much to do. You could potentially drop Sylvie from this team. That's unfortunate. A couple tails, that's fine. We can recover it. The reason that I brought like Sylvie and Reina is because when the boss does the petrify, like one unit could be petrified, the other one could take care of it, and vice versa. You shouldn't have more than one petrify go out at once. Since we died, which is really unfortunate, we're going to use Cecil for general mitigation. We'll have Reina raise the dead and heal up. Like I said, we'll have Cecil do general mitigation, and then Sylvie can do earth resist. It's even more important for earth resist now because, well, no, Vaughn's Mirage applies every single turn. And I guess we'll get a defense and spirit buff with Sylvie. Vaughn, I am going to just do a fire. Actually, let me just double cast, save some mana. We'll do a fire imperil and a full breakdown. It's fine if things like this happens because eventually he'll stop killing your units and you'll be able to settle into the fight. A lot of this has to do with like getting your buffs in place. He's going to do another Mighty Guard on next turn, so I don't want to do any damage with my Raegens or start their power-ups right now because he's just going to put a huge buff up next turn. We're going to do a heal with Reina, and I guess we'll do a MP region. Sylvie can just repeat, and then Cecil can just cover. There's the Mighty Guard. Now, when we power up Raegen on this turn, we'll remove that. We'll be ready to start doing plenty of damage. Alrighty. Use its cooldown and a fire imbue. Perfect. With Vaughn, you just want to make sure you keep an eye on that Jade Parry. It's not available yet, so we don't need to do it. We'll repeat with Sylvie, and with Rena, I don't think we took much damage. We didn't. Let's do a Fairy Light and a Haste. That's going to give us LB fill. And then with Cecil on this turn, we will do Magic Cover and Magic Mitigation. Let's see if this helps out for the Almagast. Oh, he's not going to do it this turn. What an asshole. Maybe next turn. A very benign turn right there. It's funny. Sometimes you're going to get the tail and sometimes, you know, not so much. Alrighty. Let's get Vaughn to use his Limit Burst for the strong breaks because we're getting ready to start our damage rotation with Raegen. We'll do a Fire and a couple Octo Strikes. We'll do a Fire and a couple Octo Strikes. Let's let Vaughn get out of the way. Yeah, we'll chain our Ragens off. Not a whole lot going on with Reno in this turn because, you know, we didn't take any damage. We'll just refresh our LD buff and our regen. I think we'll just repeat with Sylvie. We pushed the first threshold, which is 85%. We're going to see a roulette come in. Like I said, the only unit that I really don't want to get rouletted, is that a word, is Cecil. And like I said, it might be better to run a 2-tank setup. Just so if you have one tank down, you'll have another tank that could take over. I was thinking about maybe Chow would be interesting, since Chow can basically be a healer too. Shinryu used roulette on himself, which is actually one of the best things that he could do on this version. He's just going to nuke a little bit harder. With the mitigations and whatnot that we have in play, we should be just fine. We'll do triple Octo Blade. And then with Vaughn, we'll do a Fire Imperil, a full breakdown, and Jade Parry. I think with Rena, we'll use a Limit Burst. We'll summon Lakshmi, get that Esper out of the way, that way I don't forget. Go ahead and just recover. We push the 70% threshold as well. We'll see another roulette at the end of this turn. Oh no, Maelstrom. He won't cast roulette if he does that. That's actually good for us. Now we can lay some good damage into him. Maelstrom is like, he just does that and ends turn. We'll get our Dragon Killer buff and a couple Octo Strikes. We'll send that off. Wonderful. We'll definitely have a roulette at the end of this turn. Let's get Sylvie to use double the fun, Earth, and I guess a Magic. And Rena can just heal us up and get us a regen. Apologies if the magic mitigation doesn't affect the Almagast. Like I said, I didn't look at the wiki about it. There's a Mighty Guard, an Evil Eye, and an end turn. This is actually pretty nice for how this is going for us. Let's get Sylvie to use Spring Cleaning to remove the Petrify on Vaughn, and Earth Resist buff. Vaughn can use. Let's see how much longer we got on Daddy Ragen's. We got one turn. Okay, cool. We'll get Vaughn. I don't want to do it. I'll have Raegen remove that Mighty Guard next turn. I want to save Vaughn's. I think that's the play. We'll just damage into it. It'll also help us be on this side of the 40%. I really don't want to push the 40% if I can help it. That's good. The reason that when you push the boss below 40%, he'll start doing zombie. If you're taking roulettes and zombie in the same turn, like, things could get interesting. He does zombie like once every, what is it? Every 3 turns. Every 3rd turn below 40%, however you want to say it. The defense spirit buff. Magic cover. Rena can do Not a raise dead. Good god. I guess a heal and general mitigation. Vaughn don't have a whole lot going on. We'll do fire, imperil, and a full breakdown. The reason I keep doing full breakdown even though the boss is well broken, just in case he does like a death attack on Vaughn, I'll have a persistent break up, you know, that'll let me recover Vaughn back into the fight. He did another Mighty Guard that turn, so it's a really good thing we didn't use Raegen's cooldowns. Case in point with Vaughn right there. Now with our Raegens, we can use cooldown and a fire imbue. Oh no. Cooldown and a fire. Hopefully I don't push to 40. That's really good. I really like that. Let's get Rena. Actually, I'm gonna have Cecil do it. I want to have Cecil revive Vaughn, and I guess just do a magic cover. And then Rena can do a heal. Rena is so good, and a general mitigation buff. And let's see, turn 9. We got one more turn on Marion Watch Over Me. So let's get a defense and spirit buff here. I know it's like looks like one turn's getting ready to fade. That's Vaughn's limit burst break. We've still got the full breakdown. Limit burst is 85%, full breakdown is just 80%. Alrighty, here's another roulette. Please don't target Raegen or Cecil. Oh, that's so nice. The YouTube men are going to be commenting on how well my RNG helped me on this fight. Let's get Vaughn to use his limit burst. I would really like to use Raegen's power up. Oh, no, I still have a turn. Oh, that's even better. Alright, cool. Let's use Azure Flame and a couple Octo Strikes. This is going to be really nice transitioning into the sub 40%. It's turn 10, so the next turn he would do a zombie. I think it's on turn 12. Very nice. We'll get Cecil to do some general mitigation. Let's see here. Everybody's looking good on hit points. I guess Rena can just do LB fill and a region. And then Sylvie can do Earth Resist and a Marion Watch Over Me. Where are we at on them thresholds? So 85, 70, 40. I think we got one more after this turn. Evil Eye. Anytime he does Evil Eye, it's end turn. Now that is unfortunate because he used that on Raegen. The reason being is it dispels Raegen. Let's get Sylvie to do Spring Cleaning to remove the Petrify, Earth Resist, and a Defense and Spirit buff. See, it took his imbue off. So just make sure you pay attention to that so you can get your imbues and whatnot back up. I really wanted to use like War Heroes Swift Attack right here. I guess I could. We'll do. See, I want to push. The problem is I want to push below 20%. I want to trigger another roulette right here, and if it goes on Raegen, it could be some like lost damage. So we'll do the Dragon Killer buff, a Fire Imbue, and a Chain. This Raegen right here did not get spelled, so he can just do Dragon Killer and a couple chains. Boss is looking good. Yep. Let's chain this off. Alrighty. We're going to take a roulette and a zombie on this turn. That's going to be pretty nasty. Oh no, I pushed the wrong button. Cover. Magic mitigation. Alrighty, Arena is going to heal us up. Get general mitigation. Since Raegen got dispelled. Let's see, our Jade Parry's back up, so we'll triple cast. Fire, full breakdown, Jade Parry. The worst case scenario on this turn could be like Cecil dying or our Raegen's dying, because we want to go ahead and finish this fight right here. Very nice. Man. Y'all can't fight my RNG. Vaughn got the zombie. But that really doesn't matter to me. Let's do a triple Octo Strike. The boss shouldn't have... Yeah, he did his Mighty Guard. So he may not kill on this turn, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get Vaughn to do... Imperil, Assault Strike so we dispel the boss. And I guess a full breakdown. Let's chain, see how it works. Oh, very nice. Turn 12. Well, that's not too bad. Let's get Rena. Well, it's over. Since Cecil already has 160%, 160% fire resist, I can get it out. He'll survive. We already summoned an Esper, I believe. If not, I could have summoned one with Rena right there. Very nice. Now, I've done this fight, like I said, at least a dozen times. Sometimes I'm killing early. Like, I think my earliest Raegen clear was on turn 9. I think my latest Raegen clear was like on turn 20. So depending on how those roulettes, zombies, and whatnot shake out, it'll affect, you know, your clear. That was probably as good as it could go for me, in my opinion, because, you know, our Raegans were pretty much left alone so they can do a lot of damage. Shinryu used the attack on himself. If the boss would have killed Raegen, what I did in that case was I just defended the friend Raegen, and then I used Rena to resurrect, and I tried to get them both operational at the same time. I just defended and just tried to recover my damage units and then get right back into the fight. But that's about all there is for Shinryu. I might do some more clears this weekend. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. And if you're watching at the time of the recording of the video, we got an anniversary stream happening Sunday. Hopefully it's available in your time zone at a time that you can be awake and watching it. Hopefully they say some really nice things about the game and give us something to look forward to. Have a great rest of the week. Toodaloo.